Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron McKenzie-Lefurgey. Happy St. Paddy's Day! Now, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I am, of course, wearing green. I'm in front of a green screen. I'm invisible, aren't I? Am I just the face of Bo, but the face of Ron? Okay, let's try something. Alright, that's better. Now today we'll be talking about 10 of my favorite Irish superheroes to celebrate this great day and my own Irish heritage. And what better way is there than to do a terrible Irish accent that would make my ancestors roll in their graves. Also, I'll be focusing more on actual Irish heroes, not just ones with Irish parents, so no Matt Murdoch or Steve Rogers. If you finish this and want more, check out our video on the top 10 superhero tech next. Kelly killed it. But first, get ready, it's time for the top 10 Irish superheroes. Number 10. Shamrock. Molly Fitzgerald was the daughter of an Irish nationalist. When they were kids, she and her brother were taken to a mountain where their father asked the heavens to give his son the power to strike his enemies down. Turns out, Molly got the power instead. In an ironic twist of fate given her father's political beliefs, she became a vessel for souls of people who had died as innocent victims of war. She basically gained the power of good luck. Anytime something bad is about to happen to her, a ghost causes a burst of energy that causes her to get super lucky. She's a living embodiment of the luck of the Irish, so she had to be on this list. Number 9. Jack-o'-lantern. Daniel Cormack was born in Ireland, of course. As a boy, he made friends with a fairy, which led the fairy queen to give him a mystical lantern. And it was an actual lantern, not a lantern ring. This lantern gave him a host of abilities, including flight, energy projection, teleportation, fog generation, illusion casting, as well as superhuman physiology. At midnight, his powers double, and at noon, they become useless. He became a member of the Global Guardians, defending Ireland from evil, particularly against the evil Dove Magus. Number 8. Banshee. Sean Cassidy is probably the best known hero on this list, being pretty mainstream in his role as Banshee. He was born the heir of Cassidy Keep in Ireland and went on to work as a detective for Interpol. His mutation gave him impressive abilities stemming from acoustic kinesis. He can create sonic waves with his voice, which allow him to fly, use sonar, knock people out, shield himself, and even convince others to do what he wants. And if we're talking Banshee, we simply must mention Number 7. SIRYN. Teresa Cassidy is the daughter of Banshee. She grew up in Northern Ireland with her relatives while Daddy-O was on assignment and ended up being raised by her dad's baddie cousin, Black Tom Cassidy. However, she managed to turn away from villainy and became a superhero, using her own acoustic kinesis similar to her father. Later, she even took the name Banshee following her dad's death. She calls Cassidy Keep home, even defending it against certain ridiculous members of this list. Speaking of which, Number 6. The Wee One. The Wee One is the first of the Kinsmen on this list. The Kinsmen were the Irish government's attempts at making Irish Avengers, but it didn't go so well, because they only lasted one mission where they were easily defeated by Teresa Cassidy. But they're still Irish, which means they're still awesome. The Wee One was a leprechaun who was said to have vague magical leprechaun powers. After being saved by Balder, he gave him, well, a magical boulder to use as a weapon. He's adorable and so very, very Irish. And he throws pixie dust, which is funny. Number 5. The Highlander. The Highlander is the second member of the Kinsmen to go on this list. It's basically a being of sentient dirt, I guess. It's never really explained, but he speaks with an Irish accent, which means it's even funnier to me. His powers include being made of dirt and that's it, I guess. Finally, I'm not certain, but I think he's called Highlander because he's made of, well, land. But don't quote me on that. The accent is becoming Scottish. Number 4. DYKE. No, wait, don't demonetize me, it's just her name. DYKE is another member of the Kinsmen, and she's a water nymph. No, not a water nympho, get your head out of the gutter, it's a water nymph. She claimed to be the last of the Nereids, able to call upon water from her dimension and manipulate it in battle, which makes her by far the most competent of the Kinsmen. But sadly, it just wasn't enough, and she got wrecked by Teresa Cassidy just like the others. Number 3. HELLSTRIKE. Even though HELLSTRIKE comes from South Africa ever since Wildstorm Universe merged with DC, he was originally an Irishman from Belfast. He worked for the British police in Belfast and London until a near-death experience set off his powers. He became a being of pure energy, contained within a force field, and gained flight and the ability to fire plasma bolts. Following an early mission, he could no longer contain himself and needed to wear a special suit to keep from dispersing. Cool. Number 2. The Gay Ghost. In sticking with names that sound homosexual but aren't really, the Gay Ghost first hit the comics in 1942, back when gay just meant happy. He's a ghost of Keith Everett, the Earl of Strathmere in the 18th century, who was killed by highwaymen. By day, he lived in a painting wandering the castle by night, until he saved a woman's life and took her fiance's body back to America. Then he fought Nazis. Because of course he did. That sounded Australian. He was inactive for a while, and when he turned up, he learned that the meaning of gay had changed and was too embarrassed to go back to heroics. We've really come a long way. Number 1. Slania. Yep, it's an Irish name and that means you need to pronounce it wrong in order to pronounce it correctly. Slania comes from the 2000 AD series by Rebellion, the same place as Judge Dredd, and he's so amazingly Irish. Kinda similar to Saltire, who will be on the Scottish superheroes list. Slania is an Irish warrior who goes on a quest for self-fulfillment following exile from his tribe, because he got it on with the chief's daughter. Props. He went on all sorts of adventures fighting devils and demons, eventually becoming the Earth Goddess's champion. Along with his trusty axe Brainbiter, Slania is just cool. I know what I'll be reading when I get home tonight. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Let me know your favorite of these in the comment section down below. Don't worry, I probably won't be doing accents for the other countries, except maybe Scotland, because that's too fun. If you want a sweet playlist to watch so you can just relax and let the nerdiness wash over you, check out our Top 10 alternate versions playlist on the channel. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie-Lefurgey with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.